One of the things about getting that ultimate protection is how do you figure out this one place that you can go to in times of chaos. You don't want to stay and fight, you want to enjoy and strike. How do you take the next step? How do you stay safe? How do you pick the right areas? How do you get to the right people? How do you get this done safely, securely, and in the least amount of time, cost, and money? In this episode, I'm going to take you through a Plan B journey, the journey into Mexico City. But before we embark on this important journey, turn on the bell notification and subscribe so you never miss out. The best thing about Mexican residency is that it's almost free. Well, almost. Obviously, you got to pay for your food, accommodation, guidance, and some government paperwork. This is no immigration or legal advice, but the things that can get you in is some money in your bank account, approximately $50,000 or a modest earning, let's say a couple of $1,000, and there are a bunch of other ways to qualify. You can always reach us to learn more. We can advise you on the areas to stick to, accommodation, things to do while you're there, complete lawyer coverage for your entire process with immigration. So just a fun trip gets you what you need. Doing this with opportunistic agents could cost you a lot more money, as you could be spending weeks in hotel, in stress and anxiety, versus doing this with us where you can breeze through it in a matter of days. Pick up that calculator and give it a shot. Doing this with us could be a lot cheaper and safer. We're going to cover things like safety, pollution, culture, life, and a lot more. We're going to chat with our lawyer who takes care of immigration matters.
The first step really is to apply for the visa file in the home country. So let's say they have done the process, they have completed that, and they arrive here in Mexico City. So how long typically does this process take from, let's say they land here and they come to this office, they start working with you, and then for the overall process to take place?
At the most, could say 2 or 3 days.
2 or 3 days.
See, usually I can say that 90% of the cases, the client has their residency card the very same day.
But as long as they're having the residency card, they still start their process to citizenship.
Yeah.
So the other Latin countries, they say they do the citizenship, but it can take forever and ever and ever. But here with Mexico, the process is so well defined and it's so well, it works so well, is that people would be very interested in having that stable pathway to citizenship.
Yeah, it's not a complicated process. Maybe it will take, let's say, 1 year. Because once you apply for the exam and everything and you pass and they approve your citizenship, you will have to wait 6 months to have your actual naturalization letter.
Oh, I see. 6 months, which is not bad at all compared to some other places.
Really.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to ask you, a lot of clients come from the US and Canada. They have this, the habit of flashing the passport. They don't even care about the card anymore. They have the passport. They have access to the country. So if they forget to show the residency card, would the border agent know that the person is a temporary resident?
No, because if you don't show it, they will think you are a tourist. So you will lose your status as a resident.
Oh my God. So you completely lose your status and then you have to restart all over again?
In the worst case.
She's awesome. She is the fastest that I have seen. And as you heard it from her, the process is very streamlined, very straightforward. She speaks in great English. So that's a big advantage to a lot of Westerners coming and doing this process. All right, thank you so much.
There are many great things about Mexico City. The most striking is its rich culture and history. Mexico City is home to numerous museums, art galleries, historic sites, cultural events that showcase the country's rich history and cultural heritage. Delicious food. Mexican cuisine is one of the most diverse and delicious in the world, and Mexico City is home to some of the best food in the country. From street tacos to fine dining, there's something for everyone. Beautiful architecture. Mexico City is home to some of the most beautiful architecture in the world, including ancient ruins, colonial era buildings, and modern skyscrapers. Vibrant nightlife. Mexico City has a thriving nightlife scene with a wide variety of bars, clubs, live music venues, etc. friendly people. Mexicans are known for their warm and welcoming hospitality, and Mexico City is no exception. Visitors can expect to be greeted with kindness and generosity. Affordable prices. Despite being a major global city, Mexico City remains relatively affordable compared to other major cities, making it an attractive destination for travelers. Green spaces. Mexico City has many parks and green spaces, including the famous Chapultepec Park, which is one of the largest urban parks in the world. Shopping. Mexico City offers a wide range of shopping opportunities, from street markets and ancestral shops to luxury boutiques and malls. Overall, Mexico City is a vibrant, diverse, and exciting destination that has something to offer for everyone. Next, we're going to check out how safe it is to walk out at night or day.
Queries asking if Mexico is safe to walk at night. At daytime, it's okay, understandable. You can take precautions. What about nighttime? What about closer to 11, 12? So I thought I'll do a walking tour of Mexico City late at night, closer to 11, right? And show you what it looks like, so you get a sense of what the city is. And I am walking the Polanco neighborhood. Obviously, there are different places, each has its own vibe, so I thought I'll walk. This one is for people who are new to Mexico, who are thinking of moving to Mexico, and who want to get a general sense of what it is like around at night. And let me flip the camera so you get a good view of what we are seeing here. One thing is very noticeable in Mexico, that you have tremendous amount of cop presence, which is a very good thing. Obviously, it adds to the safety and security of the place. It's closer to 11. You're seeing a lot of people around, which is always a good thing, which tells you its life is normal even late at night. So it's not just the daytime. And I also wanted to head to the bar areas. I know a lot of you like to hang out at night, have fun. So a lot of stories, a lot of horror stories from various Latin American countries, especially the scopolamine related situations at Colombia. Brave-hearted people still do it. They can navigate their way through it, but for a lot of people it's not their cup of tea. They're looking for something much safer. So we're gonna walk through these streets to where the nightlife is at, the bar areas, and see firsthand what is the situation like. Again, you see tremendous amount of cop presence, which is fascinating, really. Hola. So literally cop cars everywhere, and honestly I like that. It just, you feel safe at every block. And it's not like regular cops, it is cops with machine guns, rifles. So you have good police presence, and they are very friendly. During the daytime I had a
had some interaction with a few of them. Some volunteered to come on camera and some obviously did not like it, so obviously I don't mean to film the cops if they don't prefer, but so these are very peaceful, quiet neighborhoods. And slowly and surely we are approaching that nightlife area. I don't think this looks too unsafe to walk. And this is not even a weekend. This is a Monday. So believe it or not, this is a Monday. You have plenty of people. So absolute fun scenes out here. We are still headed to the place where you find all the good bars and restaurants. But this area is good. This also has a lot of activity, a lot of good restaurants. And to say the least, really feels very comfortable. Feel like staying out more. Okay, let me quickly cross over. So this is the area where you have a lot of fun places to hang out. Extremely safe. This is probably going to be a long video, but the point of this video is to give you a feel of what it is to hang out, chill out, walk at night. Again, if you see over there, plenty of police presence, and it's not that they are here for an emergency. So let's say in the US or Canada, when you see the police flashing, it's typically something bad may have happened, right? Here, well, they always have their presence. They don't let anything bad happen, I guess. That's the point, right? And there you have some more cops. We're actually going to check out some cops with the machine guns, the ones that I was talking about earlier. So those are the cops with the machine guns. And that's a full loaded wow.
That's amazing. Police presence out there.
With all the good things comes some bad, and here we're going to take a look at some of the harsh realities of Mexico City.
I spoke about a lot of the good things, right? A lot of positives, 3 major positives. I also wanted to make sure I discuss a couple of negatives. One of the negatives that one of my subscribers pointed out on my channel is a big one. It's the pollution in Mexico City. If you're considering this as your plan B, it's something to be taken seriously. A lot of nomads, a lot of investors, global investors are looking to spend or divide their time smartly and sensibly, so they're getting maximum bang out of their buck from the investment, from their, maybe they're using their time to get a residency, multiple options at the same time. So you got to be wise. You got to pick your plan B pockets correctly. It's something that you should keep in mind when you're selecting a plan B. So the 3 major advantages was the safety, the nice people, right? The culture is really nice. The other big advantage was the freedom that I spoke about. And when I talked about the freedom, I'm talking about blending 2 very important things. One is you're getting the Western feel, the Western lifestyle. Let's say, you are from US, Canada, Australia, London, or any other Western country. You want the bars, you want the culture, you want the service, you want some of that vibe. Then you're getting all of that in Mexico City. And apart from that, if you're looking for freedom, you don't want to get arrested every single second, right? You are, let's say you're drunk, you're acting stupid. In certain Western countries, in certain locations, you might, turn around, tie your hands, and off you go in the car that you don't want to be. That's slightly different in Mexico City. The cops are more chilled out, they're more understanding. So if you are, I'm not saying you should be acting stupid, but comparatively, if you are acting stupid, you have some room over there. Again, as long as you're being smart, right? So that's the freedom that I really enjoy when I come to Mexico City. The big thing now is the pollution. I think it's quite polluted. So let's say, I have sunscreen on, I'm walking during traffic hours. Let's say I'm on the highway walking by the pedestrian, right? And let's say I touch my forehead and swipe it, and I feel it, right? So I can actually feel some of the pollution. I can feel some of the carbon settling on my face. So that is not good, right? So if you are going to be out too much, right, during the traffic time, then you're going to face that pollution situation. Now, the wise thing, or rather my personal take on this is, yes, you will face pollution. One of the things to be smart with is choose your areas, choose the time of the day, choose the time of the year. Don't, if pollution is a major concern, and it should be, right? No one should be living in a place which is way too polluted. So if you have the means, and if you're a smart investor, then invest certain amount of time, right? So that you are not completely exposed. You don't have to quit home and move over here for the rest of your life. No. If you want to do it a couple of months, 3 months, 4 months more, depending upon your appetite for pollution, you can divide your time in the country accordingly. Again, as long as you're doing it for a couple of months, I think you get enough time to spend in more pollution-free areas to cover up on the health. Someone talked about being, robbed at gunpoint and all those kind of things. If you want to get robbed and mugged, you can easily do that even in New York, in California. You can do that in Canada. You can pick any developed country, and if your intention is to go to a shady area, hang out over there, maybe flash maybe it's a Rolex, or maybe flash even your iPhone, right? And you want to ask for trouble, you can absolutely find that. You don't have to come to Mexico, right? You can find that in Western countries as well. But obviously, if you're not looking for any trouble, you want to keep safe and want to be safe, then if you pick the right neighborhoods.
Book a call with us to get started with your Mexican Plan B adventure. Link in description.